Hi guys. Okay, let's just have a sip of coffee. Everyone have a sip of coffee. Well, it's 8:15 in the morning in UK time on the 31st of October, Halloween day. Ignore that clock there. That clock doesn't work, okay? It really is like 8:15 in the morning. I'm sure everyone in your households probably have a clock like that just the batteries went flat, they were never replaced, or it's broken, it's just left there. So yeah, just ignore it. So the whole reason why I just wanted to have a coffee with you guys, and it was just to have just a light-hearted, down-to-earth chat about where we are and how my night went last night leading up to the 31st. As you can imagine, my excitement, as of probably all of you as well. Yeah, so last night I was kind of like working out the time. Yeah, what is the time in Israel when it gets to midnight? Because, then Halloween day would start the 31st. And as you all know, we're all looking forward to that day because of the three feasts that kind of intersect on that day, given that we're in a Jubilee year. I'm not going to get into all that. You guys are probably tired of hearing all that anyway. So last night, my wife actually went to go stay with some friends, so she wasn't in the house last night. My daughter as well went to go stay with a friend, and so it was just me and my two sons, except my eldest son actually went to work. He was on like a night shift, okay? So it was really only me and my younger son. So when it came time to like be midnight, I have no one to like share the excitement with, whatever. So I kind of set my alarm because I was starting to get tired, because I think it was around it was so midnight, 12, 11, probably would have been about 22 minutes past 10 or 22 minutes, 22 minutes past 10. So I set my alarm for 20 past. It gives me 2 minutes to get up, So I got out of bed when my alarm went off, and I thought what I'll do is I'll just go and sit with my youngest son, so that when the transfiguration happens, we can at least see each other when it happens, That'll just be like exciting to see, And needless to say, I went into his room and he was like busy gaming and everything, and was like, "Oh, Dad, what do you want? Why you've come into my room?" kind of thing. So I kind of like just took my time and sat down on his bed, thinking, well, he'll twig as soon as we start like glowing or something. So I sat down on his bed and I tried to drag out the conversation for as long as possible, and he was like getting impatient with me because he was watching like Twitch, Twitch streaming and stuff like that, and gaming and all that jazz. But anyway, I stayed in his room until 23 minutes past, or 24 minutes past, yeah. And then nothing happened. So I went back to my room thinking, God, when are you coming, man? When are you coming? So I got back into bed again. I thought to myself, maybe he didn't come as soon as it hit the 31st of October, because it's the Sabbath. From Friday sunset to Saturday sunset, it's the Sabbath. So on the Sabbath, you're not allowed to do any work. I mean, there's a whole lot of theories around that too, because the real Sabbath is actually Jesus. The real rest is actually Jesus. And the Jews have never got this. So that's why on the Sabbath, you should be allowed to save an animal that's in distress and etc. Because the Sabbath wasn't about just not doing work. It was about finding true rest, and your true rest is in Christ, and that shouldn't kill your compassion towards others, okay? But nonetheless, so I thought, okay, it's the Sabbath, which means that today, at sunset, the Sabbath is going to end, And it will still be the 31st of October, all right? And then I was listening to this channel called God a Minute. I'll put his video up here, where he's having a bit of light-hearted fun, and he's trying to say, okay, let's see, forget the day. We're not going to try and look at the day. Let's just see if we can predict the minute or the hour, the hour or even the minute of the rapture, when do we think it will be, etc. So he basically gives two timings. One, he gives early, I'm not sure what it was now. I think it was like around about 6 o'clock. Obviously Israeli time, so that's at the twilight. That's as the sunset goes down, the twinkling of the eye period. Another time he gave was at midnight. So I thought, okay, well, I knew that. I kind of knew that. But the way he defines midnight is different to the way everybody else does, okay? The way we define midnight is like 12 o'clock, right? That's midnight, right? The way he defines it is looking at the hours between sunset and sunrise and then finding the middle. So whatever that middle says, so it could be like 11 o'clock at night. It could be 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever. So, I mean, you can go watch his channel there, but he basically gives two times, an early time and a late time in that. So, and also he suggests what also could happen, which I kind of found really interesting, is that maybe at the early time, the dead in Christ will rise, and then at the midnight hour, the bride will be raptured, So I kind of found that interesting. So, yeah, I'm still holding on. I hope you guys are too. Let's have another sip. By the way, do you like my mug? It's like all kinds of flow. I'm a programmer, a computer programmer. I love some of the work that I do. I don't follow like trends. I kind of out of the box kind of guy, Hope you enjoyed having coffee with me. I think that's basically all that was on my mind. Bye, and have a good week, and hopefully see you in the clouds.